indulging in delicious food and answering some of your burning questions in this video. Hi everyone and welcome to SugarSpiceNice. My name is Shweta and in this video, as I told you guys before, I'm going to be answering your questions. I'm on a bit of a street food trail in Mumbai and I also wanted to film this Q&A video. So I thought, why not chat with you guys while indulging? So the first question is by Adya. She says, Hi Dee, I love watching your videos, especially the vlogs that you bring for us from Mumbai, which is so cool. I'm actually shooting a Mumbai vlog right now for my Hindi channel. My question for you is, what all activities do you enjoy in your free time and a dish that you can have for all your meals without getting bored? Sending my best wishes. Sending my best wishes to you as well, Adya. The dish that I can have in all of my meals without ever getting bored is idli sambar. If you've been a long time follower, you know I can live on idlis. That is my absolute favorite meal ever. And activities that I enjoy in my free time, actually I don't have that much of free time, but I do try and make time for things like going for a walk, trying to meditate every day, reading. I also like to watch something sometimes, whether it's an interesting video or a movie or a series. Khyati says, I love your videos, so meaningful and relatable. Just one question, how do you manage to travel so much, being a woman, having a family, and does your family support you in your profession? Thank you so much, Khyati, for your question, and I'm so glad you actually enjoy my videos and you find them relatable as well. How do I manage to travel so much? Well, travel has pretty much become my profession now. I have to go to different places, curate and create content and share it with you guys. So it's not like I'm traveling for fun, it's like I'm traveling for work. So I think that answers a part of it. The other part of your question is, being a woman, having a family, does your family support you in your profession? I have 100% support from my family, especially my husband in my profession. Just like he did support me when I was working full time, he also supports me in this, and he understands that this is a passion project which is turned into a business, a venture for me. I do have support from my parents, my in-laws, and yeah, I think I'm blessed to have that kind of support. I get this question so often, which college you're from, which is that part of the city where you hung out in your teenage years, when you were younger. So it is this part, Churchgate. I was in Jai Hind College for 5 years, all 5 years. Naturally, I hung out here the most. So whenever I'm in this area, Churchgate area, I kind of feel like a different level of nostalgia. The big buildings, Churchgate station, subway, and the big roads, the eateries, everything just fills me up with so many memories. And right now I'm enjoying one of my favorite things here in Churchgate. This is the chili cheese roll. I'll tell you more about this soon. But for now, we are looking at the next question, which is from CK. Did you move from Mumbai? Are you planning on extending your family? No, I didn't move from Mumbai, but I have been really heavily in and out of Mumbai for personal reasons and for my work. I think since September last year, September 22, my life has been extremely travel heavy. I'm grateful for it, but it's also now like getting me super tired. So that's why you haven't seen that much of Mumbai content on my channel in the last 6 to 8 months. Now I have two questions which are kind of similar. Osha asks, how do you cope with gloomy days? What's something that you do when you're sad? And Aditi says, do you at times get tired of shooting content? What do you do to rejuvenate yourself? Whenever I want to get away from the world and almost like begin to interiorize, I think it starts off with self-care for me. Putting on a mask, doing my hair, going for a long shower. These are things that really help me rejuvenate myself. And even at times when I'm tired of shooting content. So apart from this, I spend time with family, I spend time at home, which is something that I've learned to value so much in the last few months. Recently, I also actually went for a trip. Now, this is a little bit converse to what I was just saying, but this was a trip that actually helped me feel like myself again, rejuvenated me completely. It was a trip to an Ayurveda resort, and I've done many such trips, but this one was different because I spent like 7 or 8 days over there, and I think I came back as a different person. So I am going to be sharing that in a video really soon on my channel, so stay tuned for that. That is like up there in my goals to be able to do that, you know, sometime in the near future as well. You can't come to South Mumbai and not take a pit stop at Nariman Point, right? Like just watching this gorgeous water with the sunlight shimmering in it is just so beautiful. A lot of you ask me, where am I from? And I am from Mumbai. Me Mumbai ji mulgi ahe. Ahod. I don't know what's the right way to say it, but I'm born and brought up here, studied, worked, have been here pretty much my entire life. Okay, SW says, Shweta, I believe if you can start series on tier 3 cities or even some offbeat locations, we would like to see that. Okay, I'll take that as a suggestion and add it to my planning list. Then I have a lot of questions on some of you ask me what happens, how is it shooting in public? this is how it is shooting in public. I get a lot of questions asking how do I plan my vacations, how do I do my research, where do I get information from. So because my work is to find out the best things to do, the best shopping places, the best food to eat at various locations, the amount of research work that goes into it is massive. And I spend hours on Google reviews, TripAdvisor, blogs, YouTube videos to search for the right information and then plan my itinerary. For me, I'm usually traveling with like very limited number of days. So I try and fit as much as I can into a single day, even if that means spending a little bit more on travel or transport, because for me, it's like I'm covering up as much as possible for a single video. I try and fit a lot in. Doing this for so long has now kind of made me well versed into planning an itinerary for a particular place. So I don't know if you guys would like to see that, like 2 nights, 3 nights in a particular destination and the various things that you can do, you can cover, a very nice time-wise detailed plan. I don't know if you guys would like that. If you would, then make sure you leave that in the comments and I can try and think of those kind of videos as well. Vishal asks, any future plans to meet and greet with your followers? No plans immediately, but let's see, maybe I'll try to do something. What is the place you're planning to go? How are you managing expenses? And I'm following you for the past 3 years. I don't have a place that I'm planning to go next. Let's see. If you guys have suggestions, then leave that in the comments below. And I'm managing my expenses by earning money and then spending from whatever I earn. So that's how I manage my expenses. I make a living out of making videos on YouTube. Are you doing full-time YouTube? Because recently you were pretty inconsistent, and also we miss your vlogs and home cooking recipes. They're easy to make. Yes, I'm doing YouTube full-time, but with YouTube also comes a lot of stuff that you don't see on camera. Like what you see is a 10, 15, 20-minute video, and sometimes to shoot that video there are days, there are sometimes even weeks, and probably that much or even longer time to edit the video. I think with that much of travel back to back, I too tend to get a little bit inconsistent. It's because recovery from trip takes a while. Also editing that content takes a while. So hang in there. There is a lot more stuff coming. And a lot of you also tell me that you all miss my home cooking and vlogs, and while that is something that I enjoy personally, I think it's going to take me a while to share how I used to share that way in COVID. But let's see. Which camera and mic you use, and also share your experience as a YouTuber. The camera that I use is my iPhone. I used to have a camera, a GoPro and stuff, but the minute I got my iPhone 13 Pro, I just ditched all of that and I only stick to my iPhone for filming now, especially when I'm shooting on the go. There are a few cameras that I have in mind which probably I'll get in the future. This phone setup is working really well for me. It's easy to use on my own because the front camera is good. It's also good enough when my team members filming for me. There is one additional thing that I add to this setup, which is an external mic. I have been using the Rode video mic on my setup. So I had the Rode mic 1 and now this is the Rode 2 that I'm using. This is essentially a wireless mic, the one that I usually have attached to my top. This is something that gives me good quality sound in most places. I think if you are serious about creating videos on YouTube, you need to have a good mic. I've had like Rode mics forever. I started from the lapel mic, the lavalier mic, and then I've moved to this kind of a microphone setup. In case you are interested in this kind of a mic, then you can check out the links given in the description box below. I think for me, the mic has worked really well. I also get a lot of questions on hacks for booking hotel stays, property stays. So I think the biggest hack that I can give you is go incognito whenever you're searching prices for a hotel or a flight or any mode of transport, and going incognito will usually give you a better price because it doesn't have the rest of your search history going. Also look for websites like Vigo, Skyscanner. These are places where you do end up getting slightly lesser deals. Another thing that I've seen is when you book extremely last minute, like if I'm booking this morning for a trip starting this evening, that time too sometimes I can get a really good deal, especially on hotel stays. Traveling off season is good, but for some places it's just not possible. Like I don't see myself going to an extremely cold place in the cold season, which is probably off season for that place, because I'm not good at handling cold. So off season will give you deals, but it'll also probably take away letting you fully experience that vacation. So that is a call that you can take. Gavin says, I want to see a blog on Copper Chimney, Kala Ghoda. I'll try going there. Somebody says, unknown, Do you have kids? Tell me more about them. The beauty is that the person who's asking about my personal life has not even bothered to keep their own title or their name in their profile. So just to answer your question, Mr. or Miss Unknown, no, I don't have kids. Another person asked something similar. Sejal says, do you have kids? If not, why? Guts to ask somebody, why do you not have kids? It's a personal choice. I don't think I need to explain to anybody. Somebody asked, what is the secret of my happiness? I don't know. You have to take a conscious effort to keep yourself happy and to be happy. Also, finding joy in the smallest of things. Somebody says, do you have any other profession other than YouTube? No, I don't. How long have I been married? For 8 years now. Somebody asked if I'm a Marathi. No, I'm not a Maharashtrian. I am from Mumbai. Capricorn by Love asks, do you go to the gym? How are you so maintained despite of having so much outside food? If yes, then I need a gym vlog. Also, when will you do a day in my life kind of vlogs? They are so good to watch. So I do not go to the gym at all. But I think in the last 1 year, I have gotten a little bit more conscious of what I'm putting inside my body, you know, what I'm doing to keep it healthy and in good condition. You know, we're not getting younger, we're getting older, so it's always better to start caring more for health. So I think for me, my healthful practices are including more vegetables, more fiber, more protein, and including a little bit of walk. Having said that, I do want to start some form of like a more serious workout, which is probably something to do with building my core strength. So let's see when we get to that. I don't think I'm going to be seeing any gym vlog anytime soon or anytime at all, because I am super conscious about that. I'm not comfortable. A day in my life vlogs, yeah, I like doing those and I'll definitely film those more. I Love Cats says, hi, thank you for giving us quality content. You're most welcome. I'm so glad you enjoy my content, so thank you as well. I enjoy watching your videos. Is there any advice that you have learned throughout your career journey? Yeah, many. Throughout the times when I was working for somebody else, those were my jobs. I realized that being sincere and being committed to your work is a very underrated quality. Not everybody has it, and if you have it, then hone that. And I think that is something that I also have brought with me into my own business now. So I hope I can hone that even better now. Sushmita says, Shweta, you have traveled to so many places till now. Which was the best of all and why? Would love to hear this from you. I have traveled quite a bit. There are some travels that I've done which have not been on camera. One of them is Switzerland. I don't think anybody can get enough of that place. If there is like a place which is absolutely picture perfect on earth, it's probably Switzerland, and I hope I get to go back there someday. The second place which I have visited a couple of times in the last 6 months, which is very strange, is Rishikesh. I think that place has grown on me like no other. I feel a certain level of calmness. I feel like a different person when I'm there. Yeah, these are two of my favorite places. Gajendra asks, what's your favorite meal experience which was not in a restaurant? Oh, this is a good question. There was one meal experience which I had in Udupi in the temple, and that is by far one of my most memorable, one of my most enjoyable meal experiences. Second was, I think, any meal experience in my parents' home, whatever my mother puts together is mind-blowing. Nibaran Satnami asks, my question is, have you ever felt awkward to make vlogs in a restaurant? I like your food vlogs. Yes, all of my first few vlogs were awkward as hell. If you see some of my previous videos, you'll figure that. I always like had that in me to blind out that noise and just keep going, so I tried to do that as much as I could. But yeah, public places got to me much more than restaurants. Public places got to me, you know, tourist spots and stuff like that, which is why I think I got around to making travel content much later. Alpha Dog Rahul asked 2 or 3 questions. One is, do hotels discriminate if you travel alone, as a couple, or as a foreigner? I don't think they do. Maybe a little bit for foreigners, especially in like the mega touristy spots in India. It's like little bit. What are the most hyped tourist places in India which we can give a miss? I don't think anything is like overhyped, because every place I believe has something which is unique. But I do feel like some places are a bit overdone. For example, if I compare Haridwar to Rishikesh, I definitely feel Haridwar is a little different on its vibration, whereas Rishikesh is like for me up there. Similarly, Goa, I feel like it's too done in the mainstream sense of the way, like party, 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 but there is so much more to Goa than just that. What are your views on wellness resorts? Do they take this theme a bit too extreme? Which are the best ones to visit? I think wellness resorts, especially in the southern part of India, like especially in Kerala, few in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and stuff, they do end up taking their positioning very seriously, especially the Ayurvedic ones. I feel like they are out there doing a good job. They are slightly on the pricier side. That is like my major concern with them. You have to find a time, you have to find a good deal to be able to, go there and make the most of it. But these are resorts that I have now come to agree that it's like money spent on yourself, which will give you a very, very good, a very, very valuable return in the long run. So I am pro wellness resorts. Priyanka asks, how do you afford to travel so much? Are your stays sponsored? As I've said before, travel for me is like business. I do it on a budget. If I'm putting in X amount of money in my travel, then I also make some amount of money from it. Sometimes my stays are sponsored and I'm hosted by properties. When a property is hosting you, they end up taking care of your transportation, of your stay, of your food. A fair bit of my stays are sponsored. But having said that, I also spend money on my own to go and make and produce content and share it with you guys. Do you have anyone to shoot outdoor video or food vlogging? How did you overcome shyness in front of camera? Last year was a very, very big year for me because I grew my team member. I got my first team member. She's been with me since about 6 to 8 months. 6 to 8 months, right? She's been with me since about 6 to 8 months. I had to just confirm that information with her. She helps me shoot, edit, conceptualize all of that, my content. And how did I overcome shyness in front of camera? I don't think I've overcome it 100%. There are still moments when I get extremely conscious, awkward, and that time I'll just like do a voiceover, especially in places where there are too many people too close to me. I get a little, I go inside my shell. Do you have a day job to afford such expensive content? What is your workout regime? This is my day job. I think I'm going to say it for the last time. If I'm putting in money in producing content, I'm also making money from it. And the way I make money from it is through brand sponsorships, through sponsored stays, and through advertising, which you see on YouTube. So every ad that you see on your YouTube video, the creator gets a cut out of it. And what is your workout regime? I think I answered that just a couple of questions back. Sakshi asked me, how do I take negative comment? Usually I'm able to like brush them under the carpet and not really pay much heed to them. But sometimes if I'm in like a bad mood or if I'm edgy for some reason, that's when they prick me the most. And I start to respond back, but then I realize that they are the ones who have an issue. Why should I be clarifying? That's when I stop that cycle. So mostly I'm able to take it okay, but sometimes they get to me. I mean, if anybody is saying they never ever get to you, the person is probably like God or lying. Imagine if I'm telling you something bad about you like constantly, it will get to you, right? This bhel is good. Actually, this is just kurmura, but it's so fresh and it was also warm when it came to me. I've had like the best day exploring so much different street food, which I'm sure you guys have seen all through this video. But if you want to catch everything that I ate today, then that video is going to be there on my Hindi channel, so make sure you watch it. Venkateshwar Sharma asks, Namaste Shweta ji, Namaste. एक बात जानना था, वैसे भूख लगे तो खाने के लिए रेस्टोरेंट या होटल जाया जा सकता है, वही खाना कई गुना अधिक दाम पे करके इंक्लूडिंग टैक्स लग्जरी का अनुभव कितना तक सही है? Does this mean कि नॉर्मल रेस्टोरेंट जा सकते हैं और उसके बजाय हम लोग एक्स्ट्रा लग्जूरियस रेस्टोरेंट में जाते हैं? If that is the meaning, then of course मतलब ऐसे तो घर पे भी खा सकते हैं. That's the best thing to do. But कुछ चीजें एक्सपीरियंस के लिए होती है, जैसे आपने कहा अनुभव के लिए होती है. तो अगर आपको कोई अतरंगी चीज का अनुभव लेना है तो जाइए, कीजिए. I mean, I believe in this that if you're eating any kind of a meal in a 5-star, it's very rarely about the ingredients and the cuisine and about the food itself. Mostly it's about the experience, it's about the ambience. So just keep that in mind whenever you're spending for an uber luxurious meal. Another question, एक नॉर्मल थाली तो खा सकते हैं, लेकिन जो बुफे होता है लगभग n नंबर्स ऑफ वैरायटीज होती है, यहाँ क्या एक मनुष्य जितना खा सकता है वो उसके हेल्थ को ध्यान में रखकर प्लान किया जाता है क्या? एक बात अगर आप समझ ले, ये मैं तो समझ चुकी हूँ, बाहर का जो खाना होता है, कुछ भी बाहर का खाना, वो बहुत ही रेयरली हेल्थ को ध्यान में रख के बनाया गया होता है. सो इट्स वेरी रेयर दैट यू कैन से दैट आउटसाइड फूड इज absolutely healthy or whatever. Now buffets and stuff like that, I don't think everybody indulges in them even like once a week or once a month or something like that. These are supposed to be like a rare thing. I think when you're eating such a heavy meal, you have to kind of balance it out somewhere. So if you're eating a buffet dinner, then eat light throughout the day, or best yet is to eat a buffet for lunch, because your body is able to digest your heaviest meal during during lunch and eat soup or something light like fruit or something for the rest of the day. So आप अपना buffet कैसे manage करते हैं ये आपके ऊपर है. What I do, I'll tell you. Whenever I'm eating a buffet, the rest of my meals are literally non-existent. I'm either eating only fruit or things like coconut water. And if I'm eating a buffet lunch, then it works well. Even within that, I'm not going to sit and have everything. I make it a rule like no repeats at all. If you would like to see a video on what is like my ideal way of enjoying a buffet, making sure that I don't get too heavy, making sure that I don't overeat, let me know in the comments below. I've navigated one too many buffets to like figure out a schedule for myself. So I'd love to share it with you guys. I'm also taking a few questions from Instagram. So if you guys are not following me on Instagram, you totally should. Do staycation and travel vlogs give full recovery of the trip expenses, or is it done only for providing quality content? So a lot of times I end up making way more than I've actually spent on the stay price itself or the food price itself. A lot of times I have also not been able to recover like a lot of the cost. So it works both ways. Your favorite dream destination in India? Kashmir. Plans for Europe? I don't think right now I have any plans for Europe. What do you look for in lipstick? It shouldn't make my lips dry. Some lipsticks have that like weird thing where you get that white layer on your lips after some time. That's what I don't like. Himachal Pradesh Manali का tour plan बनाओ मैम. Contact me. आपको क्यों कांटेक्ट करूं, मैं खुद बना सकती हूँ. Just love your videos. Want to know your filming equipments, which tripod you use. I've told you guys about my other equipments, my Rode mic and my iPhone. I'm going to leave a link to my tripod as well in the description box. Are you vegetarian? As I do not see any videos on non-veg dishes. Yes, I'm vegetarian. I do eat eggs occasionally though. What's that one destination that you've been dying to visit? Again, Kashmir. Ma'am, when is your next trip and where? I don't know. I'm still planning. So I think with that, I'm going to be ending all of my questions and enjoying the rest of my Sukha Bel, Mamra. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more Q&As in the future and if you want me to do them more frequently, then let me know in the comments. That is really it from me. Don't forget to give this video a big like and share it with your friends and family and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!